My name is Friedrich and I want to showcase some of the Thinky/puzzle games that I made over the years, to highlight what personally interests me in the genre and in game development in general. I should begin with Try, which was originally an entry for Ludum in 2011 I think. The game itself is not very demanding regarding brain power, as you don't have much more to do than shoot 3 points that would create triangles you can walk on and that also bend dangerous lasers. My partner Jana and I went on to make a full game out of this concept, which would become Try, of Friendship and Madness. Together we expanded the abilities of the player and their triangles and thought of 16 levels full of puzzles and strange situations. My personal favorite are the wall walking and anything else with strange gravity. Generally, I liked that the mechanic in itself allowed for creative traversal of the levels and unexpected solutions for the puzzles. I did some more puzzle games, pretty much always for jams, and which are usually inspired by classic concepts and mechanics. I always try to add an unexpected or at least interesting twist. For example, Get High was only interesting to me because it actually used the third dimension in the level layout. With Snakoban, I was just curious how a mix of Sukoban and Snake would even work and how many levels I'd be able to create for it. While I still like puzzle games this abstract, overall I find games more interesting where the space and story make you wonder and then think. A more recent project of mine, The Last Dream, is a text adventure inspired by the ancient classics, but combined with point-and-click mechanics. Players have to examine, use and combine words via mouse click or drag and drop. For the project that became Wood for the Trees, I wondered if I could do an infinite world/wrapping mechanic in 3D. Something that would be quite mind-bending in first-person perspective. For this I invented what I'd like to call the tree fog, to obscure the strange behavior of objects when walking around, and also to give the whole game a dreamlike atmosphere. It is also one of my more personal projects, because the story and setting are deeply rooted in nostalgia and past mistakes. Both The Last Dream and Wood for the Trees are very strict in what they allow. Thinking is definitely a must for the player, but it's mostly about thinking about what the designer intended. On the other side of the spectrum, I was always fascinated by programming games and I wanted to create something like this too. So another very personal game, The Treachery of Game Dev, was born. In it, the player meets my alter ego Carcass, talking about making snake clones, and inevitably uses Lua to master the game stations in the world. Even though I prefer text programming to node programming when I have to choose, I like the creativity surrounding nodes, what people can do with them, and how even simple node programs look like paintings. I'm definitely inspired by sectronic games and similar, and wondered if I could find an interesting set of restrictions too. So in CHIPCODE, I give the user/player a very small board to play simple nodes inspired by assembly programming. But they are also allowed to reference other boards and create loops this way and solve all the tasks for their boss. CHIPCODE became very abstract again by nature, so combining it with a first-person perspective, maybe as a mini-game for an immersive sim, became a passion project to think about. Inspired by the movie Wreck-It Ralph and by the VR world in System Shock and Tron, I wanted to make a game about programming with real nodes. Over a month I worked on HOLOCODE in my spare time. In HOLOCODE, the player has to jump into the holo tricks of each holoputer and use holo nodes. Only the correct output of a hologram opens the door to the next room. I'm a bit sad that I couldn't unlock the concept's full potential, but something like this needs a lot of time to get it right and accessible, which is something I want to focus more on in the future.